Hello and welcome! We are
the Sisters of the Holy Fiber. This is episode 26. My name is Devin, also known as Rambunctious Guy.
And I'm Heather, also known as Tiny Kiwi. So, grab your crochet hook, or whatever you're working on, and join us while we craft and chat.
Welcome! If this is your first time watching our show, we're so thrilled that you're here, and welcome back if you have been watching for a while now. So, what are you working on this week?
Making little... Well, I'm going to try to make little hair bows.
Oh, cute!
So, I took the idea out of geek-related.
Uh-huh.
Who's it? Nikki Trench. The one that has the socks of doom that I couldn't finish.
Oh, geek, chic, crochet,
Cheek.
cheek. Got it.
Yeah. Anyway, she's got a design for them in there, but I did not like the way the pattern was written. Surprise, surprise! So I'm making my own.
I'm seeing a theme with this book in you.
Yeah. Well, at least the pictures gave me a good idea.
Yeah, inspiration. Inspirational. There you go.
And I've made my own improvements on the pattern, clearly. So, we'll see. This is my prototype.
It's cute. Here, you should hold it in the middle so we can all see.
I don't have the middle bar made yet, so I'm just kind of scrunching it.
Yeah. It's cute.
I also did it only through the back loop of the crochet so that the front loop shows and makes kind of like these little ridgy patterns going on.
Uh-huh.
Kind of hard to see right now, but it's cute. You'll just have to take my word for it.
Cool.
I'm also still working on this rosary, but at least it's getting there slowly.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, and it's so much nicer than the last one. The metal is still kind of meh, but at least the beads are like, they don't feel like there's crumbly bits coming off of my hand.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying that. What else am I working on? I'm also gonna fix this guy. This is an old wooden purse that I have.
Oh, I remember that purse.
Right. I think somebody must have handmade the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
It's got that lovely 70s interior green.
Hey.
Anyway, it needs some fixing up and some wood glue and stuff, so that's on my dossier of things to do today.
Cool.
So that's it for my works in progress. What are you working on?
I am working on these socks for my partner. So I remember I had this part knit and then I put it on her foot and I was like, this is way too big.
Yeah.
So, I took out 4 stitches, and look, I've knitted I'm pretty much where I was, back to where I was before. So, I still used the same process of, jogless striping, so the stripes don't have a jog in them anywhere. And, I used, and then I just turned the heel today. So I did this while I was in a meeting, and I was so proud of myself that I could do it while I was in a meeting.
Right?
So that was pretty exciting.
Bonus points.
I don't have any finished objects this week. Do you have anything?
I have one.
Okay, share us.
It's very simple.
Share us.
So I was going through stuff in the garage today,
Uh-huh.
and I found one of my parts, random parts. This is a Tonka truck wheel.
It is a Tonka truck wheel.
It totally is. And I just put it on a chain, so now I have a Tonka truck necklace.
Yay!
Look, it's rolling along on my neck.
That'd be so much fun to play with. I'm totally jealous.
Yeah, I'm having a lot more fun with it than it really warrants.
Well, I think a Tonka truck wheel necklace is supposed to be fun.
Well, exactly. So that's it. It's not really finished since it was just found objects anyway, but I put it together. It's good enough.
I think that counts. Hey, look, we had a finished object.
Yay!
Yay, go us.
And there was much rejoicing.
All right. So,
Next.
huh?
Next segment.
Brainy moments.
I've got some.
I have some too.
Are you ready?
No, you go.
Okay. Do you know what this looks like? A clipboard, but it's missing the clip.
It does look like that. Suspiciously like that, in fact.
In fact, it is an old clipboard. And I was like, the clippy part was rusting, and I was like, I'm never going to use this.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even know how long it took me to get the clippy part off. Okay?
But it's not there anymore, so eventually it happened.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like drilling on this thing forever, and the rivets were just swirling in there. And it's like, this is driving me nuts. So eventually I took a chisel and chipped off the top of the rivet.
Uh-huh.
And then got it out. But that took me way longer than it really should have for a project that I was like, why am I saving a board? And I'm like, well, I want to do paper craft and I can take it places, because I can put my little cutting mat on this without it and without that ugly clip in the way. So I was determined to save this. So I did. Anyway, that worked out pretty good. And then my other brainy moment, this is an old brainy moment. I might have shared this before. But I'm using it again, so I'm going to be showing it off. Yay!
Okay.
You
have not showed me that.
Okay.
Maybe you talked about it, but that's cool.
This is my plier rack that I totally made out of scrap wood and a thick paint stir stick, the kind you get at a home improvement store.
Uh-huh.
So I just cut little scraps of 2x4 into like a 45-degree angle.
Uh-huh.
And these really are scraps. There's like pieces missing,
Yeah.
They're not pretty, and it's just got 3 nails holding the paint stick on. But it organizes all my hand clippers, so I can keep them all, and they don't fall because of the degree of the wood that I nailed it onto.
Uh-huh.
A lot, as I'm thinking, apparently. But they don't fall like other things I've seen where there's just a dowel or something. Those drive me nuts. They just go, ear.
Yeah.
So I made my own. No more uhs. I will survive. Anyway, I'm using that again, and I'm very excited. Because that was totally in the garage, and I wasn't even using it. Since I have 50 flyers in here. Yeah, go for it. Your turn.
Okay. I redid the numbers. So, I forgot to say, I'm using the vanilla sock pattern by the Knitmore Girls.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want to think about my numbers and stuff. And then I redid the pattern so I wasn't doing, it was too big, so I had to take out 4 stitches.
Oh.
So then the heel was a different number of stitches. So I had to look up, how to do the heel with the different number of stitches. So I just Googled it, and then I found this website. It's called, the page is called Heels by Number. So if you're doing a sock and it's got a different number, or you need to, modify it so the heel has a different number of stitches, you can look up, how many stitches you're supposed to do for what type of heel you're going to do. So, we'll link to it in our show notes. And then the other thing that happened is I found some yarn in my stash that, the ball was complete, except, a couple of the pieces of the yarn had, broken.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun. I did not find any moth casings, so I don't think it's moths, especially since this was inside a cedar chest. Oh. So usually moths and cedar chests, don't get along.
Right.
But I know we have lots of silverfish in our house. So my guess is that the culprit is probably silverfish. It was only 2 balls. But the reason this is in Brainy Moments is that then I was looking up how to get rid of bugs. And I found, because I had heard that freezing doesn't necessarily kill everything, because it can kill the bugs that are alive, but it won't kill their eggs.
Right.
So I was looking it up, and I found out you can bake your yarn. So you can put it in the oven at 120, as long as it's 100% wool. Uh-huh. It'll kill things that, can't stand 120-degree heat. You just leave it in the oven for a couple hours. And then the best treatment is to do a combo. You bake one day, then in a couple of days, after it's cooled, then you freeze it. And then you bake it, and then you freeze it. That kind of thing.
Right.
But I am not sure, like, how... I don't know if I'm going to do that or if I'm just going to... Like, I baked some of my stuff that is 100% wool, and then, like, I bagged up some of my other stuff and put it in the freezer.
Right.
I have heard that putting your wool in plastic bags is not, like, very good for the wool itself, but if you have bug problems, like, I'm all about it. So, I used to not have bug problems. Like, I didn't live in a place that had bed bugs or anything. Like, when I was looking up stuff, like, apparently, like, New York is infested with bed bugs. So, like,
Wow.
you have to bag up your stuff there and that kind of thing. And so I think I'm just going to keep, like, the stuff that I would be really sad to lose.
Right.
I'm going to bag up, and, like, other stuff, you know, like, whatever. So, and it was interesting, the 2 balls that had damage were the same kind of yarn. So,
right.
Anyway, I will put a link to, and then I looked around in Rav in their, in the yarn group. There's a whole group about yarn, and you just search, like, bug yarn, and you get, like, lots of people have asked lots of questions about how to debug yarn. So you can find a lot of stuff. That's where I found some of my stuff that I looked
There's
at.
also the, dry ice trick, which might work for the fibers that are not bakeable.
I haven't heard this. What's this trick?
You put it in a plastic bag that's airtight, like a Ziploc, with a chunk of dry ice.
In the bag?
Yeah. You put here's your yarn, here's a chunk of dry ice. I wouldn't want them touching, but that's just me.
Right.
I don't know how you'd prevent it. Maybe put it in a cup or something. But the dry ice basically, I guess, uses up the oxygen in the bag.
Interesting.
So it's supposed to kill things that, breathe.
That breathe.
Right.
Like
so anything
insects?
that's breathe. Yes. Who knew they breathe? I haven't tried it. I don't know if it works. I don't know if it works or not. But some people, talk about it. It's basically your options for bugs, other than tossing things.
Right, and that's the other thing is, like, if I keep noticing, so I isolated the 2, right, that have damage, and if I keep noticing that they have things going on in their little bag, I'm just going to toss it, like.
And, well, there's always, I hate to mention it, but there's always the, naphthalene, the moth balls. Yeah.
Well, see, I don't think they're moths. I think it's silverfish. So then I'm like, what works with silverfish? And there's a lot less.
The naphthalene will kill, I'm pretty sure it's naphthalene. I don't remember if I'm pronouncing it right, but it'll kill anything. I used it in my insect collection, actually, when my insect collection was getting, ironically, eaten by other insects, which is a problem. It works, again, better in a confined space.
So if I just put one of the mothballs in the bag.
Yes. The problem is that it is toxic. It's a toxic chemical, and your yarn will then smell like mothballs.
Right. So it's not to be used for things that are going to be used with kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was my brainy moment thing, and that's interesting about the dry ice.
Try it. If you get a chance, let me know if it works.
Okay.
Or if you've used it and you have tried it before, people, let us know. I'm interested.
Dear watchers, if you have any other tips and if you've had problems with silverfish, please get in touch, because, I'm pretty sure it's silverfish. Oh, and I read, too, that you can use roach traps that use the sticky tape will also work for silverfish, so I gotta get some of those.
They also have those borax traps for them.
Right. Okay.
The little paper ones. Anyway.
Moving right along.
We gotta make another short episode today, so we're gonna...
crunch. It's the first week of school. Okay.
Yeah.
I went camping last week, and it was super fun. We were only gone for 20 hours, but it seriously felt like 3 days. It was so relaxing, and it was just, so nice to get outside. And there's kind of, this little desert area near me, but there's some canyons, and there's, creeks that go through the canyons, so you're kind of, in desert, and then you go down into the creek, and it's, trees, and pretty, and frogs, and birds, and... I heard birds, but I didn't see anything. And the other thing that I did spy, which I don't normally spy in the city, were stars.
Oh, yeah.
So it was really nice to see stars. And, we saw constellations, and There's a app for my iPad. I can't remember the name of it, and I probably won't link to it. Sorry.
I think we have talked about it before.
Yeah, but it shows you the constellations that you're currently looking at for wherever you currently are. So I learned a couple of new constellations. I learned Cygnus and
This one.
Cassiopeia. So it was really fun.
That
Have you been out seeing anything?
The only thing I saw while driving was a hawk on a lamppost by the freeway.
Cool.
But he was lit up and his shoulders were kind of red and sparkly, and I was like, "You're very cute."
Yay. Yeah, you know, there's a family of crows that live at my school, and because I'm back to school now, I saw them, so I said hello today. The crazy music teacher talking to the crows.
Yeah, you should have seen me today. I felt kind of weird. I was like out there talking with the cat, and I'm like, if someone's watching me, they're probably thinking I'm like nuts.
A giant weirdo.
Giant weirdo. I'm like, I'm just talking to the cat. He sometimes talks back. He goes, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I know, and he agrees with everything I say, so that's why I keep him around.
There you go. That's kind of buddy.
It's like, yeah. Anyway, what's the next segment?
Your party.
Ooh, okay. I have only one.
Do you want me to go first, or you want to go?
Noche Sueños, by Mala.
Featuring... say it again. I was talking over you because I was confused.
Noche Sueños. By Mala. M-A-L-A. Featuring Danae Suarez. Anyway, it's just a very nice sort of down-tempo kind of like la-da-da, you know. The lyrics are a little bit... as Chris would say, tactical. It's like kind of like spoken poetry is really what it sounds like. So I'll link to that.
Cool.
It's nice. I like it.
Awesome.
And it's, you know, something different than the same old stuff that I've been listening to lately. It's the same CD.
I hear ya.
Do you got anything for your party this week?
Just something that I'm sure we've mentioned before, the Weasley Sisters podcast, the video podcast that they do. I haven't really been listening to most of my other podcasts, but I started listening to them again, and one of them, I don't want to say their names on our podcast, but one of them is making monsters out of the Knitted Book of Monsters, or the Big Book of Knitted Monsters, or something like that. I can never remember the title. Anyway, they're super cute. So, yeah, and they're just fun to listen to, you know. Another pair of sisters. I can't resist.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to get back into listening to their podcast now that I'm trying to do, there's a craft fair coming up, so I'm kind of hoping to put a few things in with another friend who's doing a booth.
Yay!
I'm making these little hair bows, because I don't have any hair left to put hair.
As we're off into random remnants. Whee!
Exactly. Just like that. Bam. So... That's
really exciting.
We'll see. We'll see if it happens. I'm always big on ideas and not so much on the follow-through, but...
But hey, look, we're making a podcast. We follow through.
Anything is possible, clearly.
Clearly. Okay. Clear. Let me see random remnants for me. I start school. Our kids come back on Wednesday. My room is completely not ready. But one of my music teacher friends is having us all over for lasagna tonight. So I'm very excited to relax and do that. Oh, and I wore my shawl from Cinderly today for the first time. So the shawl debut was today.
Yay!
Yes, it was so pretty. My partner's like, ooh, you're wearing sparkles.
It's like a plan.
Yes, I am. So.
What am I doing? I have no idea.
Random minutes.
Yeah, anything else?
I don't have anything else.
Books? Did you have a book? Okay.
Nope.
Then that's it.
Yeah, we skipped over some segments today. Today is a shorter podcast, but figured better than nothing.
Yep. True that. Oh, wait.
Yes.
One more thing, though.
Sure.
Tiny Owl Knits. Knit along.
Yeah.
Knit along planning.
Yeah, do you want to do that next month? Like when term starts?
Yes. On the 1st of September. That's why I figured, hey, that's coming up faster than I know.
Oh yeah, that's going to be like next week.
Oh, yeah. That's why I was like, oh my god, I don't have the yarn for that. I don't even have the needles for that. Oh my god. That's why I'm like, oh goodness.
Right. So we'll have a knit along for, let's see, we'll start on September 1st. And why don't we start a thread? And we'll do some kind of contest. We'll probably do it next week. Whatever. We got to talk about what we're going to do. And for our contest, the prize can be the pattern.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome. So, check back next week and we'll let you know the details for the contest. And the contest window will be open for probably like a week. And then at the end of that, we will give you the pattern. Yay! Through Ravelry.
Much excitement.
Yes, so you must have a Ravelry account because I'm not figuring it out how to get it to you if you don't have one. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just easy to gift through Rav, so that's what.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's the joys of Rav.
Yeah, so that's really exciting. Okay, so we'll give you more info next week when we've figured that out, and yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.